What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with let's get into the blogs. And these are going to be the hot topics for the week of April 26th through May the 2nd, you guys. So, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and talk about what is hot and what's trending this week, shall we? So before we go ahead and get into it, so you guys may hear the fan that's right next to me. It's a little loud, but it's also a little hot. I don't know if it's this light or the light. It could be all these lights that's causing me to be a little bit on the hot side, but that's neither here nor there, you guys. But let's talk about politics real quick. It wasn't something that I necessarily wanted to 100% discuss, but nonetheless, we're going to discuss it. So this week marked I think it was actually Tuesday that marked 100 days of that man being y'all's president, not mine. And so that was really pretty much a talk of everything, right? He did an interview over on ABC with Terry Moran where he did nothing but lie. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I did not watch the interview, had no intentions of watching the interview. I just saw the clips, right? And the one clip that I did see was when he was talking to Terry Moran. You guys know about the man that's in El Salvador, right? And you guys know a few weeks ago, his administration put out a picture of the man's hands, right? So the man has tattoos right here. And so up above around his knuckle area, they have MS13, right? And it's photoshopped. But according to him and his team, the man has MS13 tattooed on his knuckles. But if you look at that picture that he's holding up, it literally says MS13, and you can tell it's typed on there, look like a typewriter. But he's telling Terry, yes, it is. He does have it. And Terry's like, no, he doesn't. He was like, you know, they're from El Salvador, you know, you don't see it anywhere on his hands. So you know who is sitting up there vehemently saying the man has the tattoos. It's just like that man is certifiable. He's certifiable. And I'm honestly starting to believe that everything that he says that comes out of his mouth, he believes it to be true. Because I'm actually about to read you guys something because he's also saying this past week that this economy is Biden's economy. I'm like, no, sir, it's your economy. You took a booming economy you inherited a booming economy from Biden because you took credit for it when you got into office. You literally took credit for it when you got into office. But now that these fucking tariffs are fucking up everything, now you want to say, oh, this is Biden's economy. Even somebody pulled one of his Truth Socials from 2024 last year, right? In January, where he was saying that Biden that the economy was his economy under Biden. But this man is such a fucking liar. Like, he really gets on my nerves. He irks me. I just can't stand him. When I tell you guys I can't stand the man, can't stand the man. So this is coming from him today, May 2nd at 7:45 a.m., right? It says gasoline just broke $1.98 a gallon. So, to anybody out there that's watching me, what is the gas in your particular area? Because I know for me here in Dallas, the gas is almost $3. When I was driving last night, I saw it was $2.99 at one station. Then I went about a mile down, it was $2.97 at another station. But where the fuck is gas $1.98, right? But I'm keep reading. It says gasoline just broke $1.98 a gallon, lowest in years. Groceries and eggs down. Energy down. Mortgage rates down. Where? Employment strong. How? When you and Elon, whatever. And much more good news. As billions of dollars pour in from tariffs, what money is pouring in from a tariff, sir? You've had to pause those tariffs, but okay. Just like I said, we're only in a transition stage, just getting started. Consumers have been waiting for years to see pricing come down. No inflation. The Fed should lower its rates. DJT. You're delusional. You're delusional, sir. Inflation is not down. According to economists, we're on the verge of a recession. But the MAGA, the MAGA nutcases, they buy into and believe everything that this man says to them, which is it's crazy and it's scary because y'all are in a cult. Period, point blank. But yeah, his 100 days, and then in that interview with Terry, right? He was so disrespectful to Terry, talking about, I only did, I did this because I didn't know who you were, but this is kind of like telling him this is the opportunity of a lifetime to interview a pathological liar. Okay, whatever. 100 days, my ass. This feels like 100 years. I just really do. Whoever comes, whatever president comes after him, even if it is that dumbass. Speaking of which, where is the vice president? You never see that nigga. And it's so funny to me, the way that they always talked about Kamala and, she didn't do anything with Biden. They blamed her for Biden and all this kind of stuff. And she was his vice president. What did she do? What did she do? I'm gonna say this about JD Vance. What is JD Vance doing? We ain't saw shit from him. We don't hear shit from JD Vance, right? Because I'm doing it because they did it to Kamala. So if you did it to Kamala, we're gonna do it to JD Vance. Where's Vance? Why ain't Vance stepping in and doing something? Why ain't he saying something? You know what I'm saying? But that would be too much like right? Then in his 100 days, we also found out that his approval rating is down, right? I don't know anybody who beats their own record low, but he did. He beat his own record low in his approval rating. I was like, how the fuck you do that? He has the lowest ratings of any president, including himself in 2017. How? How do you beat yourself? That tells you he's a shitty person and a shitty president, right? Then on top of that, he signed executive orders, right? So total, this man has signed 142 executive orders to date. That is more than President Obama signed in his first term, and that is more than Bush signed in his first term. That's even more than FDR signed in his 100 days. FDR in his 100 days signed 99 executive orders. This man has surpassed that. And FDR was dealing with the Great Depression. But okay, whatever. But people voted for this. I would ask the question, why do people vote for this? But I know why people voted for this. Racism, misogyny, hatred. And you won. You won stupid prizes, right? Like the Hispanic people. They're going to vote for Donald Trump. They vote for Donald Trump. But okay. Hope that vote was worth it. Period. That's all I got for that dumbass. Let's move on to the next story, you guys. Actually, the next story kind of ties in with him again. Now, you guys know the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so the Eagles went to the White House, right? Well, some of them. I know Jalen Hurts didn't go, and I know it was some other people that didn't go, right? But there was this one guy that was on the plane with the motherfucker, went golfing with him. Here's what I will say. If that's what that man wanted to do, shit, let him do it. I really honestly don't care. It ain't got shit to do with me. Because I think I saw people saying, well, it didn't surprise them because I guess he got a white wife that said the N-word. It don't bother me none. It really don't bother me none. Y'all, I really hope y'all, I know y'all hear that fan. I'm pretty positive y'all hear that fan. But if you hear it, just chalk it up to a nigga was hot, you guys. Please chalk it up to a nigga was hot. That's all I got to say is chalk it up to a nigga was hot. But, yeah, I mean, tell me how y'all feel about that. Do y'all care? Because I know for me personally, I don't care that the people went to the White House. Do what you want to do. It ain't like he really give a fuck about y'all. I mean, he was most so rooting for Kansas City because he wanted that MAGA nut Mahomes' wife to come and Mahomes, right? Then one of them, wait a minute, It was one dude that went to the White House, and he was talking about how good Ivanka looked and how Ivanka is his type. Good luck to you, buddy. Don't end up like Shannon Sharp. I know I commented on that on Instagram. Like, just don't end up like Shannon Sharp, sir. That's all I ask of you. Hell, if you do end up like Shannon Sharp, I'm gonna treat you just like Shannon Sharp. I'm gonna treat you just like Shannon, and that's some real shit, right? But hey, y'all can have fun with that. Cause I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It really is what it is. To be honest with you guys, I'm sick of this man. To be honest with you, it's a lot. This is gonna be a long ass 4 fucking years, right? Yeah. So it says a post from Philadelphia Eagles player Elias Rick's X account mentions that he found you know whose daughter Ivanka Trump attractive during a visit to the White House. In another post, he stated that Ivanka is exactly his type. She's her dad's type as well. Go figure. You and her dad got the same kind of taste in women, because her dad likes her, which is so disgusting when you think about it. Like, it's really disgusting. But hey, if you guys like it, then I love it. It is what it is. We're gonna move on to the next story, shall we? All right, you guys. So the next story. Let's see. Where do we want to go next? Where do we want to go next? Because we talked about you know who, and I don't want to talk about him no more. Let's talk about Diddy real quick. Let's talk about Diddy. So I don't know where I saw this information at, but it was on one of the blogs, right? So you guys know Diddy's trial actually starts on Monday, right? So his attorneys are trying to say that, I'm paraphrasing when I say this, but his attorneys are basically saying in a nutshell that with him being impaired by alcohol or drugs, there's no way that he could have done the crimes that he's been accused of, right? That's what they're trying to say. I was like, wait a minute. So we finna blame it on the goose, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the cocaine. We're gonna blame it on that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. But it looks like he rejected a plea deal. This is gonna be an interesting trial. Like I really don't know what's gonna happen with this case. Like I said, it starts on Monday, so we'll definitely keep our eyes and ears on it. But they are really trying to say that man couldn't have done the crimes that, like, are y'all really trying to run with that narrative, that too drunk or high to commit those crimes? I would think that would be, I mean, a little bit more ample opportunity, because you're impaired, and then with the when you're drunk, I really feel like that's the real you. But okay. But yeah, it says here, Diddy's lawyers claim he might not have been mentally capable of crimes due to substance abuse, right? So it says Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers are claiming the disgraced mogul might not have been mentally capable of committing the crimes of which he's been accused. Per documents obtained by People on Monday, April 28th, prosecutors filed a motion on Sunday, April 27th, to dispute any testimony that might show Diddy, 55, did not have the mental capacity to commit the crimes he has been charged with due to the effects of drugs and or alcohol. Like, are you serious? No. Diddy's trial is expected to begin in New York on Monday, May 5th. The motion from the prosecution allegedly references testimony from a psychiatrist, Dr. Ellie, I'm going to spell this Aoun, on the defense's behalf. Prosecutors requested that a judge prevent the psychiatrist's testimony from being included in Diddy's trial. Quote, the notice testimony relates to the defendant's diminished capacity to form the mens rea required to commit the charged offenses. In other words, a mental condition bearing on the issue of guilt, end quote. Prosecutors wrote in their filing, according to the outlet. Like, are you serious? So y'all are really trying to say this man was not mentally capable of committing a crime is because of drugs and alcohol. Okay, I mean, I don't see how those two things correlate. I don't know if y'all are trying to say that maybe he had a long-standing issue with substance abuse, and that substance abuse altered his mental faculties. I don't know if that's what y'all are trying to hint at, and I really feel that I think that that's really what they're hinting at. If I'm not, if I think that's what they're hinting at. I really feel like that's what they're hinting at, but good luck to them. I don't know if that's gonna work. I honestly don't think that that's gonna work. But again, good luck to you. Trial starts Monday. Like I said, we'll definitely keep our eyes open on this case. Let's move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story, we're gonna go back to football real quick. Now, this is about the NFL draft that happened last weekend, right? Now, I'm not like the biggest football person, but I do watch football, right, from time to time, but I'm not like the biggest football person. And I don't watch the draft. To know me is to know that I'm more of a basketball. I love basketball more than I do football. Like I will watch basketball before I do a football game. But I will watch a football game. I will sit and watch a football game. I'm not a college football boy. I'm more of, for me, I love my high school, like my high school football team. Love my high school football team up and down, right? And the NFL. But college, I've never, and it's the same with college basketball. Like I've never gotten into college basketball, even when I was in college, right? But the draft, Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur Sanders, right? He was picked in the NFL draft, right? But the controversy came about him not being picked in the first round of the draft, right? And, a lot of people had speculations about it. People were wondering if this had something to do with his father, right? I saw some people saying, oh, he's just too cocky. He's cocky and he's arrogant. And here's my thing when it comes to cockiness and arrogance. I think sometimes people overshadow a person's. I think people get arrogance and cockiness. You can tell when a person is cocky, and you can tell when a person is arrogant, right? And you can also tell when a person is just that good at a certain skill set, and they know that they're good at that skill set, and they just exude that confidence, right? And I'm not saying that either or true about Shedeur, right? But what I'm saying is, I think sometimes people, and especially when it comes to somebody of this persuasion, right? They take our confidence in ourselves as arrogance or cockiness, right? But you see the same traits in someone who is this color, and they're like, oh, he's just very passionate, right? He or she is just very passionate. It's always different when it comes to them versus them, right? So that's one thing I will say. I feel like some of the people probably, they may not like him. They may not like his father. And so people people pick at this. Oh, he said this. Oh, he did this. Oh, this. Oh, that. And then you come up with these different narratives about the person, right? So that's all I will say about that. That's what I will say about that. Now, I did find it interesting because I've heard, again, like I said, I don't watch college football, but I have, looked into the young man, and from what I've heard, he's a great player, right? Which is why people expected him to go earlier in the draft instead of later in the draft, right? And then the team that he went to, I was like, wow, that's an interesting team to go to. Hopefully he can help them. I really hope that he can help the team because they definitely need the help. But hey, you guys, if you guys are definitely into football, feel free to drop down in the live or in the comments. Tell me, how do you guys feel about this, right? Tell me what you guys think. Tell me, do you guys agree with what people are saying about him? Like, if you feel like he's cocky, arrogant, leave it in the comment section. Explain why you feel that way. Or if you feel like it's because of his dad. you can tell me again what you guys think about it, and we can go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. Shall we? All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about Beyonce. You guys had to have known that I was going to talk about Beyonce at some point in this video, right? So you guys know the Cowboy Carter tour kicked off on Monday. I've been listening to the set list since. So the set list, I noticed that it was on iTunes on Tuesday, right? So I've been listening to the set list since Tuesday. And I'm excited for the tour, you guys. Let me know if you guys are going to the Cowboy Carter tour. He is definitely going. Now, originally, I was supposed to go to one of the 2 Houston shows, right? But my best friend texted me last night, and she was like, she's not gonna be able to go to the one in Houston. So she was like, how about we go to Atlanta? I said, Atlanta? I was like, okay, cool. Now this helpful talking about you want to drive to Atlanta. I'm cool with that. She was like, we can split it. I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. I really truly am. But it's gonna, oh God, because the tour in her stop in Atlanta that she wants to go to is July 11th, which is 5 days before my birthday. So that'll be on a Friday. So we might need to leave. We might have to leave. Oh God, we'll figure that. We're gonna figure that part out. But yeah, you guys, have you guys been to, if I know she's in California, so to my Cali people, if I got anybody in Cali, let me know how. What I will say is I saw Blue on stage. Blue, shout out to Blue. Blue is doing the damn thing, loving it, right? I saw last night she brought out Mama Tina to celebrate Mama Tina's book. I saw Rumi on stage with her. Such a cute little girl. What else do we want to talk about with that? Just the excitement. I'm really excited. The only thing that I need to figure out is what the hell am I wearing to the damn concert? Like, I have some ideas of what I want to wear, but at the same time, I am trying to drop this weight that I have on me, right? And I feel good about, where I'm at right now. So since we're going in July, that gives me a whole lot of time. That gives me an extra month to get ready, get myself down. Because currently I am down, how many pounds am I down? I'm under, from the last time I weighed myself on my planner channel, I am under 10, I'm 10 pounds lighter. I'm 10 pounds down, you guys. And the goal is to be, the goal for the concert, if I can be 38 pounds lighter than what I am right now, I would be happy. But I would love to be a lot lighter than that, because ultimately I'm trying to lose, from where I started to where I want to be, that would be about 60 pounds. That'll be about 60 pounds. But from where I'm at right now, I need to lose, if I can get down another 50 pounds by that point, by the concert and by my birthday, I would be happy. I would be ecstatic. You feel what I'm saying? I would be so ecstatic. But yeah, you guys, if you guys have been to the concert, if you guys are going to the concert, let me know if you're going to the concert, what city you're going in. Have you guys planned out your outfits? Like, I just want to know. Y'all know I'm a big Beyonce fan. Y'all know I love B. I am so excited. I'm excited for multiple reasons. I'm not trying to get y'all in my business, but I'm excited for 2 reasons. Because 3 reasons. I'm excited for 3 particular reasons. I'm excited to go see Beyonce because I love Beyonce. I'm excited to experience a second concert with my best friend, because my best friend knows how much I love Beyonce, and I've rubbed off on her when it comes to Beyonce. So she loves Beyonce because of me. She loves Beyonce because of me. So I rubbed off on my best friend. So get to spend, because I don't get to see my best friend as much as I used to. And I just love hanging out with my best friend. Again, we've been friends for over 20 years. So I love hanging out with my best friend when I get to hang out with my best friend. And then she's invited somebody else on the trip on this with us that I have, God, I get up and I'm blushing. I am blushing. I am blushing. So this is somebody that this is somebody that I've had a thing for since we were in high school, right? And it's mutual, but this person plays like it ain't. Try to play like it ain't mutual, but we know it's mutual. Speaking of which, I need to text her and ask her, do y'all talk about me? If so, what y'all be talking about? But yeah, you guys, I'm really excited for those 3 reasons, just to see Beyonce again. This is my 3rd concert with Beyonce, because I went to Formation. I went to, man, I wish I beat myself up because I did not go to the On the Run 2 tour, and I wanted to go to that tour so fucking badly. I wanted to go to it so badly. I don't know why I didn't go to it. I don't know why I didn't go to the On the Run tour, but I didn't. But I went to Formation. I done Formation. I did Renaissance twice. I saw her. Actually, Formation, I saw her in Houston, because that's when she added the second leg to the tour. That's the only reason why I was able to see her that time, because she added the second leg, and she didn't come back to Dallas. She went to Houston. I was like, oh, fuck, so that means I got to drive to Houston. And then Renaissance, I actually did see her when she came to Dallas. And then that same weekend, my best friend and another one of our really good friends, we drove down to Houston and we saw her. So then Cowboy Carter is going to be my fourth time seeing Beyonce. Shut up, y'all. Don't say nothing about the fact that I saw her twice in Texas. Well, the reason why I went to go, because I didn't tell my best friend until the week that I didn't tell her to the day she picked me up. I didn't tell her to the day she picked me up that we went to Houston. So I was like, yeah. So I went to go see Beyonce in Dallas. She was like, you did not. I said, I did. She was like, when did you get the ticket? I was like, girl, the day that the tickets went on sale, and we were texting each other about them damn tickets, I got my ticket that same day. She was like, I can't believe you. I said, which I had always planned at that point, was like, I bought my ticket, and there was never anybody, like, for the entire time before the concert, nobody was sitting by me. It wasn't until I think the week of the concert that the seat next to me sold. And there was a white girl that sat next to me. She was like, oh, your best friend was supposed to come? I was like, yeah, my best friend was supposed to come. She was like, she should have came. I said, I know she should have. But me and the white girl had fun with each other. Like, that was my concert buddy, because we had fun. We had fun the entire time. But yeah, you guys, that's it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. All right, you guys. So next up, we're gonna talk about a few lawsuits that I saw. The first lawsuit, I honestly don't 100% care about it, because I don't care about either party that is involved in the lawsuit. But Brian McKnight is suing Jaguar Wright, and I think it's for defamation. I believe it's for defamation. Now, I don't know what she defamed, and you guys know I don't give a fuck about Brian McKnight, especially after how he treated his biological kids, for those clear kids that his current wife has, right? But yeah, he's suing her for defamation. He is suing her for defamation. Again, I don't know what she defamed. Oh, so this is coming to us from TMZ. It says, Brian McKnight says Jaguar Wright is talking crazy when she claims he abused his ex-wife and some prostitutes. So now he's suing her for defamation over it. The singer filed a suit against Jaguar for a bunch of things she's been saying about him online, which he says are blatant lies. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Brian claims Jaguar went on social media and alleged McKnight was hiring prostitutes and physically abusing them during sexual encounters. He says that never happened. What's more, Brian claims Jaguar also alleged he was an abusive husband to his ex-wife Julie McKnight, who Jaguar claims is her cousin. Brian says he never abused his ex-wife and had no idea about the alleged relation to Jaguar. It's worth noting, Jaguar has also made allegations against Jay-Z and Beyonce, going on Piers Morgan's show and claiming the Carters had more victims than Diddy. Pierce ended up apologizing for airing his interview with Jaguar after getting a threat from Jay-Z and Beyonce's legal team. But it says Brian claims Jaguar knew she was lying about him, but proceeded to smear his name online anyway. Sir, smear your name? Your name is already shit. Your name has been shit for a few years, but okay. You just mad about, okay, cool. Whatever. And he says he's going after her for damages. What? Now, here's my thing. What does he expect to get from Jaguar Wright? At this point, what does Brian McKnight expect to get from that woman? Once she at one point unhoused. I don't know what money Jaguar Wright got these days, but good luck to you, Brian. Like I said, I don't really care about Jaguar, and I damn sure don't care about Brian McKnight. But hey, we can go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys, which is also a lawsuit. Oh God. So the next one is going to be Misa Hilton. So Misa is suing Mary J. Blige, and she's suing her for $5 million. Now this comes to us from, I don't know what this is. It's hip hop something, but it says Mary J. Blige is being sued by longtime friend and stylist Misa Hilton over allegedly derailing Vado's career. Now, I've heard of Vado, but I don't know who Vado is. But I've definitely heard of Vado, and I'm trying to remember why that name sounds so familiar. I'm trying to figure out why that name sounds so familiar, but I've heard of Vado. It says Vado's career and forcing him to back out of a management deal. It says in an explosive report on Tuesday, April 29th, All Hip Hop revealed that Misa is accusing Mary and her company, Beautiful Life Productions, of interfering with a signed management agreement between Vado and his company and her company, Misa. According to the docs, Hilton and Vado signed their deal in July of 23, which reportedly granted her company 20% of the Harlem rapper's earnings. He then signed a distribution deal for his music in October of that year with Mary's Beautiful Life Productions. By July of 2024, he had reportedly finished his album, but Hilton alleges that Mary then threatened to shelve it and block his touring opportunities if he didn't break his management contract. She also alleges Mary persuaded him to break the deal by courting him on private yachts, at exclusive events, and more, and that the main reason was because Mary's security chief, who was also named as her boyfriend in the suit, wanted to manage Vado himself. Hilton alleges she has evidence in the form of private messages from Mary to Vado and argues that the singer's actions left Vado in economic servitude, unable to earn income or repay advances tied to his recording deal. She's seeking $5 million in damages for breach of contract, emotional distress, and interference with business relationships, as well as an injunction to prevent further disruption from Mary or her company. Mary J. Blige was also indirectly involved in a lawsuit last year, though it was her 1992 classic Real Love. Okay, we don't care about that. That's interesting. Oh God. Oh, that's interesting. Because they were friends with each other, and it sounded like business got in the way. I hate to see it and I hate to hear it, honestly, but you guys will tell me what you think and feel about it. Ooh. I don't, like I said, I don't know who to believe. I'm just not going to, speak too much on it. And that's really all I got. Again, you guys can tell me how you think, how you feel, and we can move on to the next story, shall we? So these are going to be just really small stories. So I'm going to combine these two stories together. In some music news, we found out that Fantasia is working on a gospel album. Tell me how you guys feel about Fantasia working on the gospel album. Me personally, I'm here for it, right? I'm here for it. I love anything Fantasia. I am a huge Fantasia fan. Love Fantasia down. Even though at one point in my life I had to kind of throw my girl Fantasia to the, kind of push her to the side just a little bit when she slept with that woman's man and got pregnant by him. I was like, ooh, girl. Ooh. Portia before Portia was Portia. Because you took a woman's man. I wonder whatever came of that lawsuit. Because y'all remember that woman sued Fantasia because of that situation. I don't think the lawsuit went anywhere, but I can't be positive about that. If you guys remember, let me know. But again, like I said, Fantasia's working on a gospel album. She said that she felt like God was telling her to do it, but she didn't want to do it for the longest time. But now she's doing it. Congratulations to Fantasia. Will you guys be supporting her album when it comes out? The thing about me is I am not a big gospel person. Honestly, I'm not a big gospel person. I don't do gospel music. The most that I listen to is Mary Mary, and that's far and few because they have one. Mary Mary has one song that baby I go up for, and that is "Go Get It." I love that song. I love that song. Oh, that is my shit. That is my shit. But the next story we got is Shaquille O'Neal, you guys. So congratulations are in order to Shaquille O'Neal because he is the new GM at Sacramento State. It says Shaquille is taking on a new role with Sacramento State University. He will serve as the general manager of the Hornets men's basketball team. Austin says his son recently transferred to the school. Okay, to join the team. Well, congratulations, Shaq. That man said he gonna make a coin if he gonna stay with some money. He gonna stay with money, and I ain't mad at it. How old is Shaq? 53. Really, he's 53. Shall I be damn? Because with all that gray in his beard, you would think that Shaq is much older than 53. But again, congratulations to Shaq. Congratulations to Shaq, you guys. I think that's all we got. I don't have any other stories to talk about, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. Oh, also, please don't leave any spoilers in the comment section. But I just want to know, has anybody saw the movie Sinners with Michael B. Jordan in it? My goal, I have not saw the movie yet, so please, no spoilers in the comment section. But I have not saw the movie, but I'm thinking that I want to go this weekend to see the movie. Let me know if it was good. I've heard different people's reactions. I've heard some people say it's good. I've heard some people not like it. Please confirm for me though. Is it horror? If it is, y'all know your boy is all over that. I love me horror. I'm a horror fanatic, right? But yeah, you guys, that's all I got this week. We do this every week. Same time, same place, same channel, you guys. Because I said this I remember last week I was recording this video. My goal last week was to have this video up at 4:30 p.m. on Friday, right? I was done with the video at like 2 o'clock or something. I was done with that video somewhere in the 2 o'clock era of last week. I sat down to edit that video. Nothing wanted to work on my laptop. I said, damn it. So I was like, so that means we're going to have to edit this video and put it up on Saturday morning. And so you guys got it last Saturday. So it is currently 3:24 p.m. right now. I have time to edit this video because this video, it ain't even as long as last week's video, because last week's video, before I edited that video, was almost an hour long, right? So we got time. This is a 40-minute video right here. And I got plenty of time to edit it, so it should be up. I'm going to say it should be. I'm not going to say it will be. I'm going to say it should be up today, which is Friday, at 4:30. But on the offset that something goes wrong with this computer or something happens and I'm not able to get it up at 4:30, you guys will see it Saturday at either 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. Then also tomorrow, you guys know that me and Really B are going to be going live for Beyond the Gates. Now you guys know this week there are only 3 episodes. Monday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be the same thing for next week, right? But since Really B didn't talk about Beyond the Gates last week with me, we're going to double up on last week and this week. So you guys will be hearing you guys will be hearing the same opinions that I had last week about Beyond the Gates. And then you guys will hear my opinions about this week. Now, you guys, I really do feel like I want to do I want to do a separate video too. I love, you guys know I love my peoples, right? I love Really B, Scotty, Ya, Bill, everybody that I've worked with, right? Love them. But I feel like I'm honestly really more so about the cash than anything. Put a separate video out for me just to discuss the insanity that I saw today on Beyond the Gates, because ooh, that crazy bitch, Sherry, Dana, Leslie, Anna, Lulu. The Lulu is what she is. The Lulu is what that bitch is. But yeah, you guys, that's it. I'm gonna get off of here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I hope you guys can hear me, because again, that fan is right there sitting next to me, and a nigga was hot. Deuce.